Hey everybody, it's Cheryl. Welcome back to Technique of the Week. It's week 44, and this week we're going to be talking about the apple core block, which is actually in this particular case, we're talking about the mini apple core block, and this mini apple core is going to be done using the English paper piecing style. So I'm going to show you how to actually do the English paper piecing so that you baste everything, and then I'm going to show you the quilt where all the pieces are actually all sewn together. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your English paper piecing pieces, and this is from a company called Paper Pieces. Comes in a pack. These particular ones are 2 inches, and that means it's 2 inches from here to here. So what you're going to do is pin your paper piece to your actual fabric, the one that you're going to use. Now, you want the right side of the fabric to be facing outwards, and you're going to actually baste the paper piece, with the wrong side. The paper is going to be on the wrong side of the fabric. So what you're going to do is you're going to trim so that you have a 1/4 inch of fabric on all sides. And I'm just going to trim up my piece, and it's just going to take a couple of seconds to do that. Now, like I said, I'm going to keep it so that I have like a 1/4 inch around the entire thing. Now, so then you end up with a piece like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip these inside curves. Just going to make little tiny cuts just to clip that inside edge. And I'm just going to probably take, I don't know, like 3 clips on each side. 1, 2, 3. Now what that does is that helps the fabric fold over and actually spreads out so that you don't have any problem with the fabric laying down nice and flat when you actually baste it. So I've got my spare thread here. Doesn't matter what kind you use, as long as it will go through your paper piece and your paper. So I always start with so that the needle is on, the knot is on the top of the paper, because when you actually sew all these together, you're going to leave some of that paper in, and then you're going to pull all the basting stitches out, and that's actually going to you're going to need to have the knot on the top, because you don't want to go digging for the knot on the back side of your fabric. Okay, so I'm going to just poke right through the paper, and I'm going to start by laying down the pieces here, and just going to keep going back and forth through the paper, and that's going to actually just attach all these little notched pieces that we had from before. All right, and when you get to the corner, you're going to have it folded over just like this. And here's the really sort of neat trick to this. You're going to actually come out on the top, and you're going to just running stitch along the top. You're not actually going through the paper on this one. You're just going to run your running stitch across the top of it and all the way across. And then what you do is you pull it tight, and oh, look at that. It all lays down nice and curved right over the top of your paper piece. See that? So what's going to happen now is you're just going to go ahead and do that to the other side, do the other inside curve, and you're going to run that running stitch around the other side. When you're all done, you're going to get a piece that looks like this. So once you're all done with your paper piecing, you're actually going to join them together. So if you have your pieces, these are your samples, you're going to actually butt them together, and you're going to just do a little whip stitch to stitch them together. That's going to create your overall pattern. So my sample piece that I did with lots of 30s fabrics. So someone gave me a whole bucket full of scraps from 30s, And I thought that would be a great little project to do with these apple cores, these mini apple cores. So I did this many and got my little 8-inch square piece, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Now you can hand quilt this or you can machine quilt it. I did put some edging around so that I could just turn it over to the back, and I'm real pleased with how that turned out. So anyway, give this one a try. That's paper piecing and using the apple core block, which not a lot of people are using. Everyone's using clamshells and hexagons, but now you know the trick on how to get that curved edge to lay down perfectly when you're making your apple core paper pieces. So thanks, and be sure to follow along on my blog at www.muffin.com. Don't forget, you can subscribe to this channel and get a copy of these videos in your newsfeed every single week. And you can also subscribe to my newsletter and get a copy of the 52 Technique of the Week checklist, so you can follow along right along with us and go back and watch all the other videos that we have in the series. So thanks, have a great day, and we'll see you again next week.